Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, I guess. So it is currently 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and I wanted to film a video and come back and get to talk to the people that watch my recent videos, and I wanted to hop on and have a chance to speak about me and about my sexuality. This is a conversation that there wasn't really many times in my life that I thought that I would be in a position where I'd be able to speak openly and truly about myself and who I am and who I love and who I want to love and who I aspire to be, and how that is exemplified through my fluidity in every aspect of life. There's a lot of noise going on. I kind of feel bad about that, but it is what it is. Let me sit up. I identify as bisexual. Bisexual isn't exclusive to the binary. And in my last video, or it might have been the video before that, it was in one of the videos about Keisha, I had said like I'm bisexual, but I've never even been with a guy. Okay, for one, that's wrong. Like, I literally just said that for the video. I said that because I feel bad, and I feel bad that I have to speak on a subject about someone, and I have to like put myself down and shrink myself so I can fit into what this person may or may not want from me, right? And it kind of just proved to me that you shouldn't do that to yourself, because one, people that are biphobic in any type of way are biphobic. They're not going to change because you have or have not been with a certain gender and things like that. And I learned that the hard way, because I've been with men. I've been with people of the same sex. I've been with people of the opposite sex, and I've been with people who don't identify with either of the sexes. And I think that it's okay to really step back and accept that not everything has to be understood, not everything has to be comprehended. And I learned that, and I wanted to hop on here and really talk about that, because throughout my entire life, I thought that because I was a Christian and because I was someone that grew up in Southern Baptist Church, then went to Christian church and church camps, and I almost went to a Christian college, and I almost went to study to be a youth minister. So I was very in the church, and I think that's where a lot of the confusion and a lot of the conflation actually happened. And I think that's a story for another video, or maybe even a podcast, but it really, actually, there is a podcast on navigating my religion and sexuality, which you can go check out on Spotify. And if you search up Euphoric Spirit or search up navigating my spirituality and religion, it would be on there. So go check that out. I'll put it on the screen and link it down below. But growing up in the church, I always had to suppress and shrink myself to fit into what I thought other people would be comfortable with, and that's just not acceptable. And that really happened in the last video and in the last two videos where I was talking about Keisha. So moving on from that, I really wanted to go into my experience, because there was a Twitter thread on Twitter, of course, and basically this creator, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, and he said, for the gays, lesbians, and bisexuals, which I'm assuming this is inclusive of everybody, so everybody, when did you come out, and do you think that you're fully comfortable in your sexuality? And I had tweeted, I came out when I was 17 to my friends and 19 to my family, and no, I'm still confused and still uncomfortable, to be honest, but just vibes. And I think that was really a truism, but I did want to say that there was a lot that led up to me turning 17 and being comfortable enough to tell my friends, because I would even say prior to that, I was comfortable coming out and telling people that I didn't know. So like I was in drama class and I had told like everyone in drama class because I didn't see them on a daily basis, and I was comfortable in that environment. And that was before I had turned 17. That was like sophomore year. And then there were also other instances where I had like really close friends, like my friend Alita, what is her last name? Alita. I'm gonna send her this clip just because I don't think she ever expect me to talk about her. But my friend Alita, she doesn't know this, but she was the first person I've ever came out to, because she was the first friend I had in high school, and I still talk to her, but not as frequently. I should go out to lunch with. Oh my God, Alita, if you are watching this and I do send you this clip, you should hit me up and we should go out to lunch because I miss you. And I'm still in Joliet. I'm leaving before end of August. We'll talk about that later. Oh my gosh, but I really just wanted to say that that's not where the story started. It was basically, I was more comfortable coming out to people I didn't know, but I was really close with in certain environments. So like, I even came out to a couple people at church, and at my church, we would go to like summer camps and we would be able to talk about it privately and have really faithful and passionate discussions about it. And I think that really helped me, because it wasn't like I was just suppressing it. It was, yeah, I did have to suppress myself, and I did have to put myself in a box around my mom and around my pastor and around like certain peers at church and around certain people. But the people that I trusted, I could hold on to them. And I think it's important to say that, because I think everybody, if you are young and queer, even if you don't have a full circle you can come out to, find one or two people that you can come out to and have deep and passionate discussions, not just about coming out, but about love in general, because being able to speak about love in a sense that doesn't hurt you will protect you from things like Grindr and things like 50 to 25-year-old men that like to be with 16 and 15-year-old boys. Like, we really need to start having that discussion, but before we have that discussion, we need to become aware of what needs to happen to feel loved and involved and appreciated. And I think as young queer adults, when you spend so much time suppressing yourself and how you feel and your emotions, you get into this habit of shrinking yourself and not knowing how to feel and not knowing how to love and not knowing how to process your emotions. And it becomes hard. So find a good circle of people that you really love. Find a good, close-knit circle of people you talk to. And then from there, I would say around 17, getting a little more into myself and more comfortable. These people are making so much noise. I'm like, girl, stay over there. But before I started getting more comfortable with myself, that was that. And then I started coming out to my friends around 17. And at this point, I was about to graduate high school, because I was 17. I graduated a year early, so before I turned 18. I don't know why I got like indigestion. But at 17, right when I graduated, I came out to basically everyone except for like my mom and my close family. I even think I told a couple people in my family, and I basically said, like, I don't know, I think I'm bi, I think I'm gay, I think I like boys, I also like girls, I don't know yet, please just bear with me, but I want to be who I want to be, and I need to learn that about myself. And if I keep suppressing it, I won't be able to do that, because I won't be able to act as I am around certain people. So with that being said, I came out to all my friends. It was a cute little moment. Everybody was like so sweet. I lost a couple of very straight Caucasian people, because I grew up in the hood, but when I went to high school, I went to like a suburban high school, and then my mom, she got a better job, so we started making more money, and then we moved out to the suburbs. And these white boys, they were so heinous. They wanted me to drop out of school, and they wanted me to move out of my mom's house. I was like, no, I'm not doing all that. I'm literally 16. Like, I know white people can do all that shit because they got all the privilege in the world, but let me tell you, when I'm black, I need to stay by my mom's side as long as I can, because my mom is the only one that have my back, because ain't nobody out here in these societies got your back like your mama do. Let me tell you that. If you black, and if you hate your parents, you might be able to hate them, but let me tell you, ain't nobody got your back like a black parent do. Stick by your black parents, even if they treated you wrong. And I'm not saying don't I'm not saying let people walk all over you, but if you have deeply traumatic experience, you need to learn how to love and appreciate your parents for who they were and what they were at the time, and yet hold them accountable for not being there, but also appreciate them for what they did do, because parents aren't forever. Family, I know a lot of people is like, there's this whole trend of like, hate your family. Girl, yes, drop them toxic ass family members and move on, but with your mom, with your sister, come on, y'all gotta, them connections are valuable. Some people, you can't hold on to those, and I get that. You need to let those go. Some people are gonna hate you no matter what you say because you are gay. But with some family, if you can build that relationship, if you can become tolerant of them, they're not becoming tolerant of you, you're becoming tolerant of them, then hold that. Cherish that connection, because a lot of people don't have that, and a lot of people deserve that. And I know that was a tangent. But I get into that because my mom wasn't really accepting of me at first. But we'll talk about that. Basically, child, this is a lot. So basically, those white boys wanted me to move out, and by this point I was already graduating high school early. I was going into college, like I was moving on campus. So I dropped them because when I came out they started acting very weird. Like they was doing all this like, oh, don't even be doing that gay shit around me. I was like, okay, I don't even worry about it. Drop you like a bad habit. But then going into college I was being a hoe. Going into college, I was being a hoe. I was a grinder hoe. I was starting it up. I was a top. I was a bottom. I was versing it down, girl, because I was losing. But let me tell you, that quickly came to a halt because over winter break, freshman year, was it freshman year? No, because this was when I was 19. So over winter break, sophomore year, I came home and my mom was on the phone, right? My mom was on the phone, and as she's on the phone talking to my dad, because my dad had called me, my stepdad, and I gave him the phone to her, and I was on Grindr when he had called me, and I handed the phone to her, and she was talking on the phone, yada yada yada, and she had hang up, and the first thing she see is a catalog full of old men, young men, men with their dicks out, men with their chest out, men with their abs out. She's like seeing it all because it's Grindr, and they all disgusting and grindy. Ugh. But I hate Grindr now. Don't even get me started on it. And she was like, Isaiah, what is this? I was like, what is what? What is what? Because I don't know what you're talking about. That ain't even my phone that you got in your hand. You need to put that phone down because that is not mine. Somebody that stole my phone, gave me my phone to give to you when you answered the phone, and now you got the wrong phone. That is not my phone. I don't even know. LGBT2, they talking about let God be true. Quickly, God. Yes, God. Because I don't know what the fuck you talking about when you saying you see a bunch of naked men on my phone. You don't see no bunch of naked men on my phone. That's on your phone, girl. That is my girl. Somebody who gave you the wrong phone. I ain't give you that phone. I wasn't even at home when you answered the phone. Who gave you the phone? Because somebody that gave you the wrong phone, and it wasn't my phone, and now I'm mad. So she's like, basically like, so you got anything to tell me? And I'm like, I like boys or whatever. She's like, so you gay? I'm like, well, I'm bi. I always say that, and a lot of people be like, if you bi, like you ask, don't ask me if I actually been with women. For one, yes. For two, I'm a freak. If I don't know how to say this, if you are fine and your energy is sexier than you are in real life, and then your spirit is strong, oh, that get me going. Like a lot of people, they be talking about like this and that. You need to be fine. What are they yelling for? See, now I'm mad, and your spirit strong. You just gotta have it all, and that will get me going. I don't care about what's in between your legs. I don't care how you identify. Just let me know that you like to be loved, because I like to love. You know what I'm saying? So that's that on that, and that's basically my coming out story. I didn't came out. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with my life. My mom just moved to Texas. I'm moving to Chicago. It's gonna be a good thing. I live in the suburbs right now, but my mom is gonna be. Ooh, is this a good shot? Yeah, I hope it's not blurry because I can kind of see, but I can't really see. But basically, my mom's in Texas. She doesn't hate me. She did at the time. She kind of reacted like, she was like, I just don't want it to be something that is your entire personality now. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt my feelings, but I did understand it. From her generation, she could have been really rude and really abusive, and I could have been kicked out. So one thing about it, two things for sure is I appreciate my mom and I love my mom with all my heart. But I do remember one time when I was like 10 to 12 years old, somebody hacked my Facebook page and they typed in, "I'm gay," and my mom got real mad and she made me leave and go stay with my grandma for the night. That was homophobic. Miss Mama, I remember that, and let me tell you, I'm gonna talk to my therapist about that, because at some point we need to talk about that. We're gonna talk about it though. When I call you tonight, because I know you in Texas and you at your new job, I hope you thriving, Miss Mamas. I hope you're thriving, but we're gonna talk about that. Nah, I'm just playing. I love my mama. My mom, I think a lot of people, they think about those experiences that they had as kids and they're only remembering them as trauma, which they are, right? But I think a lot of people forget that our parents are people, right? Our parents have lives, our parents have evolutions, our parents have to grow. And a lot of the things that we're learning as teens, our parents didn't learn until they were in their 40s and 50s. And I mean, depending on how old your parents are, 30s, 40s, 50s, right? So some things that I really want to harbor hate against my mom for, for some reason, I cannot. And I know a lot of people are like, family should not be able to oppress you and hurt you like that and be able to get away with it. Honestly, I agree. Not everybody can do it. I don't want to go around the grandparents that are harmful. I don't want to go around the older people that are just making nasty comments to make nasty comments. That hurts. That's violent. But my mom, the person that she might not be there, she might not be at the point where I want her to be, I gotta love her. I gotta appreciate her. And if I'm gonna be taking this journey and I gotta force her to take this journey with me, I gotta appreciate the journey that she has to go through. And yeah, it might not be something that I respect, but I appreciate her taking the walk, taking the journey, taking the stroll to go out and learn more about me and learn more about who I am and how I feel. And I want to learn to appreciate her for what she was, for the house that I had. Yeah, there might not have been the exact loving connection, but my mom, as a single black mother, had to work 10 times harder than anybody else. So why would I be harboring hate against her for working so hard? Yeah, I could have used more loving connections. Yeah, I could have used more bonding moments. Yeah, I could have used this. Yeah, I could have used that. But can we go back and change it? No. Because, no. What we can do now is go out to eat with your parents. What we can do now is go on vacation with your parents. What we can do now is go to movies with our parents. What we can do now is appreciate them for what they are in our lives. And as they grow and as they learn to make amends and say sorry, then we could start having those conversations like, wow, that really hurt me. And I think you should really understand how. And maybe instead of being resentful, we'll actually build connections and learn how our parents had to go on that journey on their own. And we'll learn to appreciate them. Because just like I learned to appreciate my journey of coming out and being myself, I think our parents deserve to learn and teach their journey of opening and expanding their heart with this new open and expanded generation. This is something that's not gonna happen overnight. I know a lot of people think you either gotta be a good parent or you're gonna be a bad parent. Sometimes you can be a good parent and have bad parent tendencies because you don't know how to love because you never learned how to love, right? And I think the sooner we appreciate that and the sooner we learn to learn that, it'll be easier for everybody involved. Because our parents, I know a lot of people think that your parents hate you. They don't. I mean, they might now. You 20 years old. You grown now. They might hate your little ugly ass. But they didn't hate you. They just struggled to teach you how they loved you. And I don't think that's bad. I just think it's something that they might not be at a point where they're able to acknowledge it. So you just need to suck it up and move on and wait for them to get to the point in their journey where they're there. And let me tell you, if you're going to be waiting instead of loving on them, sometimes people die. People are on their deathbeds when they realize that they've been horrible people their entire lives. So if you're going to harbor that resentment for your entire life until they die, I don't even know what to say to you. That's let me tell you, there's nothing more toxic to the body than hate. So with that being said, I done went on too many rants. I love being around y'all and talking to y'all. I'm gonna be making more videos. I'm gonna be doing my skincare routine. I need to cut my hair. I'm gonna be doing my skincare routine, and I'm gonna be showing y'all how I cut my hair, and I'm gonna be dyeing my hair again. And then I'm gonna just be doing things that we like to do. I like to meditate. I like to learn about God and the earth and the universe. And I also like to read, and I also like to cook, and I also like to self-care and rejuvenate my spirit. And I also have a podcast coming out on the 2nd of August. Life is good. I'm moving. I'm going into my senior year. You guys have low-key, y'all have been with me throughout my entire time in college. Should I go and unprivatize all them videos? I might do that because y'all have been with me throughout this entire time. Sorry if I'm looking in the viewfinder. I don't really, but with that being said, if you like my last 2 videos, if you want like understanding where I'm coming from and the coming out story that I just told, and if you want to hear more about me and who I am, maybe you should subscribe, maybe you should like the video, and maybe you should leave a comment, because I respond to every comment because I really like talking to people, and this is going to be a subject that I really like hearing from y'all about. I like understanding people's coming out stories, so tell me your coming out story in the comment section below, and then maybe go follow me on Twitter. I really love y'all. And last note, sorry. Make sure you learn about what's going on in your state about voting rights. Voting rights are being stripped away from us by the day, and they're coming in waves from the Republicans. What you need to do is you need to go and look and see who in your state is in the Senate, and you need to write a letter and see if you can call. That is how we make changes. I know people don't like hearing it. I know people don't like understanding that we have to put in work to preserve the bare minimum, because we don't even have what we need. We only have the bare minimum, which is the right to vote. So sometimes we need to protect that with all of our hearts. And I wish we can do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the Illinois ones on the screen, but what you can do is you can go and contact the ones in your state, because Illinois, I think, got Democratic senators. So what you need to do is go talk to the Republican senators too. And everybody needs to abolish the filibuster. I think a lot of people worried about these 2 Democrats that aren't going to abolish the filibuster. I think you can find 2 Republicans that would abolish the filibuster with the Democrats, simply because Republicans wanted to abolish the filibuster back when they were in power. So that's what I gotta say about it. Everybody, y'all have a good day. Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion. Come out, tell your stories, be happy, be open, be proud. Things aren't how they were 10 years ago. They aren't how they were 5 years ago, so they're now. What you can do is come out, be happy, and if it's unsafe for you, come out to someone that is that safe spot for you. Find that one person that you can trust. And if you can't find that one person, go take a class. Take a class in something you love. And take an evening class. If you're still in high school, take a class 1 hour right after school. Maybe it's a club. Go sit in there, see if you like it, see if there's people that you can meet. And if there's one person you can meet in there, get to know them, get to love on them. And maybe, just maybe one day they will hear your story and they will validate you. But if they can't, I'm here to do it. You are okay, you are fine, you are beautiful, and you are perfect. And all you got to do is learn how to love. You don't got to learn how to put a title on that. Period and goodbye. Oh yeah, and Twitter, please do the Twitter thing. I think I said that earlier. I'm gonna replay it so you can go follow me on Twitter. Bye.
Hey everyone. I wanted to. Okay, is it focus? Focus on me. Hello. Hello. Focus. Why ain't it focusing on me? Okay, hold on. Let's see what we can do here. Let's put this in here and just focus that shit ourselves. Okay, there we go. Is that too far? Let me bring it in a little bit. Actually, I like that. That's fine. Should I turn my car off? Can you hear my car? Yeah, I'm gonna leave that in there. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off my car. Let's do this video. Is it tilted? It is. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, hold on. I don't want to get too tilted. Okay, come on. Okay, there we go. Now we'll put that back under. Why are you so loud over there?